And we get people that start using theory to create policy. And when the policy fails, they think it was the fault of the policy or the fault of the people that were implementing the policy, rather than the fact that they were implementing bad theory. And so they keep doing, as I said in my speech last night, they keep doing the same thing over and over. This is what Einstein, insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So ever since Reagan stood up and said, government is the problem, not just conservatives, but a large portion of this country, including a lot of Democrats, are thinking that supply-side economics, another issue, another part of the Reagan, what he set in motion, works. But it doesn't. We need to be talking about demand-side economics. And I've used over and over again in past talks and everything, but I love the Solyndra example, because with Solyndra we put $500 million into supply-side economics. We said, let's go out and let's build a plant that makes solar panels. And the government went in and poured tons of money, guaranteed loans, into building this plant that made solar panels. And they had a good product. But the Chinese were able to do it with less money, and the government was, and we weren't doing anything in this country to develop a demand for that product. So the plant got built, there was insufficient demand and too much competition, and it failed. It's a perfect example of where supply-side economics is a failure. If we had done just the opposite and taken that $500 million and put it into tax incentives for residences and told people and businesses to go out and we'll give you 50% back if you'll buy a solar collector on your tax returns, then that $500 million would have created demand for the product, and businessmen would have been falling all over each other to supply that demand, and the factories would have been built. And if we had just gone one step further and said, you can only use this tax credit if it's an American-made product, then those factories would have been built in this country. So market side or demand side economics does work, or at least it works much better, if we're going to have the government involved in trying to do that kind of stimulating the economy.